Okay. Nice work, opponent. You still here after that?
You had.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. That's what I'm telling you, chat. Plarg. Yeah, Plarg's fine. Field Trip's interesting. Orator tends to be pretty good. Elemental Summoning's solid. Return Pass Color is pretty good, but Plarg is just good. He's good as both sides. Good in pretty much every deck that can run him. I think that is good enough. I think our first pick was Plarg last time, too. What are we working with? Some slow pokes. That's who we're working with. All right. Pick 2. Manifestation Sage. Wrangler. Rise of Extus. Oh, QB. I hear that Manifestation Sage is decent. It's never done a goddamn thing for me. I think I'm taking Rise. Hey, Zach. First shot of Pfizer. I think mine was Moderna, Dr. Nobody. But I experienced very light, like arm pain the day after. Peaked the day after or 2 days after my first shot. Second shot, I had a day and a half of like flu-like symptoms, but first shot, almost nothing. What climbing gym do I go to? It is, well, I just bought a, let me pick the pack first. So let's take a look. Rise in black white, Plarg in red white, Umbral Juke in black, playable in control, playable in aggro. Probably better than first curve. I think that's a real decision though. This card is very powerful. I think this is Umbral Juke. Black isn't necessarily a color we wanted to play with these, but we can make do. The University of Iowa is the gym that I just bought a membership to. Smell like curry. Hey, Fudgeinator. Yeah, me too. Me too. I am so ready. All right, Blackish Trudge does not fit the cards we have. It is a powerful medium black recursion card, but doesn't really fit these. I'm a little interested in that Enthusiastic Study. I'm a little interested in the Trudge, planning if we'd taken the Curve. Annihilation is the kind of undecided just sideboard pick. I think that's fine. Defiant Strike, Curate, Fractal Summoning, Lorehold Campus, and a Spectre, as well as a Pledge Mage. I guess we could grab the Pledge Mage. Or possibly the Fractal Summoning. Let's grab the first Pledge Mage and see. This card doesn't really fit the aggro curve that we were considering previously, but it does kind of open up that transition to the green-black. That's reasonable with Juke and Rise. Grab Professor of Zoomancy if that's the case. Studies the aggro card. I just don't see this card fitting in with the other cards we're playing right now. So let's grab the decent green creature. I had nasty flu symptoms though, Dr. Nobody, after the second one. Just for like about a day and a half. Like fatigue, body aches, fever, that kind of stuff. Colony is pretty great in green. Inkling Summoning's reasonable, more so in the aggro decks than the non-aggro decks, but still quite good. I think this is first colony. I wouldn't mind it go blank, but I'm not going to rush into that. Same with the Quandrix Campus. Pop Quiz. Campus. Village Rites and a Serpent, huh? Let's grab first Campus over first Village Rites. It's a 10 the Pest to charge through and a Leyline Invocation. Leyline Invocation generally does fairly well. 10 the Pest has been real hit or miss for me. I think I'll grab that over first charge through. Found a lot of green in this pack, unfortunately. Curvin, Professor's Warning, Confront the Past. Groff. I don't like these cards. I think I'm going to grab the Professor's Warning. Curve Wield for no reason that I understand. Honor Troll, Amplimancer. The Implementer's better than the Troll. And the Drake's pretty far away. Okay. So stupid. This card is like make or break for the spell deck. It's like the premium card for it. And sometimes this card gets picked up reasonably quickly where it should be getting picked up and doesn't get wheeled around. And sometimes you're just given curves for free. And the problem is it's a build around. It's a staple for that deck, right? So if you are trying to figure out if you're going to end up in that real spell heavy version of it, like having the curves is important, but it doesn't feel like we were given that, but here we are with it. All right. So the first pack was a little tiny bit black, a bit green, and not very red or white. Pack 2 here. Subtraction, Curate, both very good here. Elemental Summoning, very good here. Elemental Summoning doesn't play with the green-black deck, but it might play with everything else. So grab the Elemental Summoning and see. The rest of the cards in this pack aren't super powerful. The Wrangler's okay, but not exciting. Subtraction and Curate are both decent, but often wheel. Silverquill Command, not my favorite of the commands. Decent, but not amazing. Kind of needs to be in that deck. I wonder if I'm going to pass that. Don't normally like to pass cards as powerful as this. It's out of the Mage Duel. I think I'll take the command and see, but it's making our decisions here awkward. It's a Field Trip, our first piece of Learn. Do need to get our Learn running. Zamone's decent too. Faithless Looting is overperformed for me. But I think here we're pretty certain we're playing green. We're not so sure about anything else. I'd like the Pest Summoning. I wouldn't mind the Zamone if we end up blue-green, but we don't know if we are blue-green. Wouldn't mind the Mage Duels. We're going to grab the Field Trip. We're drafting this the hard way right now, which is a little bit unfortunate. Don't have clean colors. Don't have clean curve ideas. Clean ideas, rather. This is probably Serpentine Curve over Veil or Witherbloom Apprentice. It really depends on what colors we're playing. We have no environmental sciences yet. No real fixing. Haven't seen any berries. I haven't seen any of the supporting cards that go with this yet, but we'll see. Another Leyline Invocation. I mean, black-green seems pretty open. Expanded Anatomy here. Village Rites. Rise. I mean, we could just be black-green splashing the blue. That would let us play all of our stuff thus far. If that's the case, I probably want second Rise. Rises are slow. There's another Curate in there. There's a Mage Duel. Archway Common, second introduction, and Devouring Tendrils. Hey, fallacies. Probably the first Mage Duel here over the first Devouring Tendrils. Tendrils is good, but Mage Duel is often just better. I don't know if we can get enough spell count. There's another Umbral Juke very late as well. I'll take that. I'm not sure we can get enough spell count without things like Curates in the deck. Mortality Spear and Black Green. So Black Green is very open, since no one will take any of the premium Black Green cards swinging around. Pretty much anything with black right now is just being passed. There's another black blue or a green blue splash land, which is getting a lot more exciting. Not so sure that we are playing any of these cards. I could take the Assistant, I could take the Curate. The problem is if we're just splashing curves, really, the Curate gets a lot worse. Let's grab the first Assistant. This is Zimone, who's very splashable. There's also a Wrangler in the deck that's playing essentially only spells. Take the Zimone for now. Another Quandrix Campus. Go Blank, Carrick, and Essence Infusion. It's an interesting idea with the Essence Infusion. Consider it. If our deck doesn't get strong enough, giving Giant Fractals lifelink is a way to get back into the game. I need some berries in this deck. Our removal package doesn't look great right now. We're running a bunch of creatures that I don't want in the deck. Hello, Rise. Yeah, Hall of Oracles and Healthy Guide. That's a great combo. I haven't even played that combo yet today, or this set Fallacies, but it seems good. Random Leyline Invocation coming up last. All right, our Learn Lesson combos are pretty weak right now. We have one bit of Learn. We haven't even seen another. We passed one Subtraction, but we can't play Subtraction in this deck particularly. Speaking of the devil. Hall of Oracles. I'd love the Apprentice, but this card is a bomb, especially in a spell-heavy deck like the one we're running. Nice. Trickster and Kelpie Guide in green. Another Campus in blue-green. Fuck. There's a pop quiz in blue. Maybe I can run the pop quiz. Maybe. I need to learn. Grab it. Shocky in red, Rutha in red. Too bad, man. Those would be awesome for our deck. But I am not convinced we want to be splashing Rutha on both sides of both color sides on that. That sucks. That had been pack 2. That would change our decisions here. This is either Pop Quiz or Mage Duel. It's probably the Mage Duel. No berries yet. Need Learn. Cram Session or I Twitch are both okay. I'll grab the Cram Session for the spell count. Golden Ratio and Negate in blue. I think this is the Campus Guide. This final pack has been very Quandrix, unfortunately. Although green has been wide open and black has been wide open, it seems weird now that we're seeing so much green-blue being pushed through. Deadly Brew is playable in this deck. Let's grab that. It's a good reminder. We'll do the first Stream Raiders thing after this. White-black dual land is good for us here. Running a bit too many tap lands at the moment. I would like to play the Expanded Anatomy, but if we play this, we can get the Silver Quill command in. We are running a fair number of sack effects right now. Sometimes we can get there with that. Doing some Stream Raiders? Yeah! We're going to have a sponsorship with them, so we're going to be doing some Stream Raiders over the next 2 weeks, see what we think of it. Third Mage Duel. A Subtraction that we probably can't play, but maybe can play as Learn. and a rare lesson that we can't use. Another essence infusion. Maybe I can try the essence infusion 2-drop strategy. It's a little annoying. It's crushing disappointment here. Expel in white. Can run the expel. Draw is okay as well. Short white sources. This is a problem. I'm not sure yet. Satchel, Honor Trail. I mean, look at these cards that are wheeling. I mean, this card. Yeah, these uncommons aren't good, but that uncommon's quite good. There's another Quandrix Campus. I don't know if I'm playing this many. It's a lot of tap lands. Pop quiz for learn. Carrick. Infuse. So our lessons didn't end up very deep. Literally just 2 decent ones, but not the best. I don't know. The introduction and elemental summoning are very, very solid. It's another leyline invocation. Deck ended up really weird. Okay, so we gotta draft this deck. So we have a very spell-heavy, spell payoff deck that's trying to figure out how to learn and survive, essentially. A lot of sacrifice effects seem reasonable. A couple creatures of our own, especially the high-value ones. Ramp, at least 1 mage duel, definitely the Mortality Spear, definitely the Campus Guide since we're fixing for islands and plains. No environmental sciences is a bitch. Double Rise is slow but powerful. And a Spells Matter deck, 5/5 that heals us matters. Am I running these infusions? Probably. So no berries is rough. Want that cram session 100%. I think with Umbral Jukes and the Silver Quill Command, I think a lot of the time we would also like to run Deadly Brew. Okay. Now the question is, how many of these other learn, removal, and token generators are we running? And I want to try at least 1 essence infusion. Let's grab one of those. Let's grab at least 1 leyline invocation. Do we have enough spells for the curves to be any good? We don't have any way to stack our graveyard with spells. Why is my webcam off? It's a good question, chat. It's a good question. Okay. Definitely don't need more than 1 plains in this deck. We have 1 Silver Quill Campus, 1 plains, 1 Hall of Oracles for white mana, 4 Quandrix Commands, 4 Quandrix Campuses, and a Hall for islands. That's enough. Can't tutor an island, but we don't have an environmental sciences. It's a lot of tap lands. Do we want to try to run Zimone in here? Or the curves? Or pop quizzes? I think the curves are something we're going to try to play. Maybe second leyline invocation. It's a lot of 6 drops now. Second mage duel. Let's grab at least 1 pop quiz. Probably the expel. Do we want the assistant? Do we want Zimone? Too bad we don't have any of the sweet stalling cards like Arch. Let's grab Zimone in this and maybe second pop quiz. We're not have so deep learn that I don't need a million. Maybe I don't even play the pop quiz at all. So we have a cram session, a field trip, and 2 rises, And only 2 learns, and neither of them super impactful early game. So maybe we don't run the pop quizzes at all. The build's graveyard, which is nice. I mean, I could run last Leyline Invocation, last Essence Infusion. That's the max spell count if we're not going to run the pop quizzes. Just I feel like this is too many 6-drops. We'll see. All right. Okay. Might need creatures for the mage duels. I mean, Leyline Invocations and Serpentine Curves are creatures. Umbral Jukes are creatures. Like, we have tons of creatures. All right. I think we're trying this. I'm not super keen on this deck. How's the mana looking? This is 7 black, 7 green. It's decent. Okay. 8 with the halls. Will the halls slow it down? Let's try this. The other side of the Dean is an aggro creature, kind of. It's a creature that makes your other creatures either harder to kill or do more damage depending on what you choose with them, but doesn't help us for this deck. Going first. Can't play any of our cards. Opponent with white mana into blue mana. Okay. We've got our primary beater on the board. All right, I'm kind of like in Mage Duel plus the +1/+1 counter this turn. I think Zimone could have been fine as well. Just fits my mana efficiency nicely there. Prediction closed 20 seconds before the timer. I don't know what that means. Prediction closed the minute after I started it. Easy study break, opponent. Okay. Spirit summoning, sure. All right, hit land number 6. So now our turn is going to be just the campus guide. I'd love to get Zimone value, but may not happen here. Arcane Subtraction. Weird deck so far. Frost Tricksters and Study Breaks, Spirit Summonings, and Arcane Subtractions all in the same deck. Okay, gotta reduce to memory. I think I'm gonna take a turn off to draw with Zimone. you, Lafanis. Welcome back. I remember that that's not how to pronounce your name, but I don't remember how to actually pronounce your name, which makes it slightly more irritating. But cheers. Alright. I think we're on Deadly Brew, Colony, Pump the Colony. That seems reasonable to me. Could also be Expel. I think this is fine. "44 months indeed." That's 7 mana with blue, white, red, green. Curve, sure. Sure would have been nice to draw a fucking land there, huh? Alright, let's rise it. Eat his curve. Grab our summoning. Can we even cast this? Blue, blue? Yeah, we currently can. Okay. Get him for damage. Exiled poor old Zimone. It's too bad we gave him mana efficiency for that. I'm glad we drew our card though. Second spirit summoning, sure. It is a land, but it's a tap land. Awkward. I think here 6/6 beats elemental summoning with the tap land, or 7/7 rather. So let's just run out our 7/7. Okay. Dude, guy just like top decks Professor of Symbology into Professor of Symbology, giving him infinite value off these top decks. Nicely done, opponent. I mean, I imagine there's a reason you're playing Just Guy and it isn't these cards, so perhaps it's the double Professors. Dude, guy's got it all. All right. So activate our colony. Attack. So what happens if he exiles? I can still get a 3/2, right? Okay. Go to combat here. Play out our elemental summoning. Make it bigger. Good, getting some archers placed. Thanks. 6/6, sure. All right, a little heavy on the draws right now. So I'm gonna remove the 6/6. Eat his berry, I think. I think I'm binning the land. Six or 5, doesn't matter, whichever one we place on gets removed, so I guess we play it here. And I guess this now means that if he wants to block, it's all 3. So I'll swing here. Okay. Sure. Would have been nice not to have 3 lands on the top of my library in a row. I think here we're going to be doing some scrying. 3, 6, 9, 10. It's 5 to scry. So we will run that out. Make sure we hit gas here. The problem is, although we've seen some medium level Jeskai cards like these professors who are pretty damn good, we have not yet seen like super high level, super high quality payoffs yet. So could be something like a Lorehold Dragon in here or something similar. All right, same deal. We're gonna run out our Leyline Invocation. We're gonna put a counter on our rabbit, squirrel, whatever the fuck it is. And then we're gonna swing out with our 6/6. Don't like that at all. Hop quiz, sure. So this makes me think he's digging for something. There's the white sweeper. Introduction to Annihilation, that's fine. I mean, if he just values me every single time, we'll get there. FilthyRobot Flagbearer. Okay. Dude, 3rd Professor of Symbology. What the fuck? Dude. These are uncommon first pickables. Seems unreasonable to me that you have an infinite number of them. So what is his consideration? Creating a 6/6, totally useless on this board. Annihilating my 10/10 but drawing me a card, not great. But the problem is, what is this last card? Lorehold Command is very strong, one of the strongest rares in the set. All right, opponent. Okay, reached a conclusion. It was the Annihilate line. It's fine. Another land for us. Campus Guide is his next play. It's annoying. Okay. Take a quick look. Seems good. Fine. Every one of these is a 2-for-1. Kind of. I mean, the fucking professors giving him an extra card out of his sideboard makes them not 2-for-1s. But every time we trade one creature with a token for 2 of his because he can't chump block otherwise, we're getting ahead, right? So. Now, with that amount of learn, it's been annoying as hell. But here we are. So we need to hit any spell here is fine. That's fine. Now, unfortunately, I'm 1 mana short of just annihilating and killing him. But we still get him to chump block the 8/8. A lot of card selection here, annoyingly. Offrey's not good enough yet. Ah, okay. It's a good one. So he's on chump blocking forever. That's fine. So we annihilate the Hoffrey to exile it. Indestructible doesn't protect versus exile. He can't cast the black side of this. This is a fucking 2/3. That's fine. Go away. Man, maybe I should have drafted some of those charge throughs. This guy's just been throwing out answers for ages. Let's give him 2 lethal beaters to deal with that are probably outside sweeper range unless it's the white sweeper. Alright. So he's been chump blocking us for like 10 rounds. Glad to finally grind through it, but there we are. Opening the day with the 1-0. Good. That's a good start. Hey guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday, beginning of my streaming week. I don't know about you guys, I had a really good couple days off. Felt like fucking life is getting started for me again, which is really nice. Just signed up for a climbing gym membership, which is really exciting. So, gonna be doing my first climb in like 3 years on Thursday evening. It's pretty nice, pretty happy about it. All right, we're missing green sources again because the game is full of shit. We have a Hall of Oracles, which will kind of fix it. Just puts us 1 turn behind going second, which isn't really where we want to be. PhD defense. It's always a fun one. Who'd you do the dry run with? Your advisor or significant other? Friend? Do we want? We don't have islands, so this is plains or forest. So weird to have to be tutoring forests right now, but I think we are. Okay. New cookbook and a new recipe is a fucking cool idea. Started your new job. What job? It's 64, man. Huh. It's a long tourney. A lot of decks. Alright, what are we doing with this? So I don't have double green lands. I guess this is Simone? For mana efficiency? Well, When I'm waiting on the loading screen, Waticus for a match. It's certainly not terribly exciting, is it? Strict Proctor. Okay. Actually annoying, only because we top deck the card that gets countered by this stupid thing. I wonder if I'm just drawing this turn. I think I am. Need lands. First outside bouldering. Oh, nice, Mora. So nice. Like your first one ever, or your first one this season, or? Birth of your first child. That's so monumental, man. Congratulations. Even if it hasn't quite happened yet. 5 open lands on white-black. Weird. I'm gonna draw again. Maybe not. I mean, this is the 3rd consecutive land screw in a row. So let's get our lands. Look at that, Zimone. 2 draws already. Thank you, Gorby. Welcome back. Thanks for 44 months. ICR, did you guys, are you waiting to know the gender of your child before, at birth, or did you, I know that's a thing these days. Like some couples aren't getting, when they get the, ultrasounds, they're not determining the gender, or not, having the gender told to them. So I'm kind of curious what route you went with that. So this is awkward. I don't have quite enough mana to do what I need to do here. But I could probably get there. I'm gonna get my Zimone removed doing that this way. Alright, so I need to cast Juke, which is 3. Mage, oh I know, I'm 1 off, and Mage Duel. Pretty sure I can't beat the regimen, but we'll see. It's 3, right? So I'm 1 off with that, even with the spell. Okay. Still mana screwed, still not drawing lands. We've spent 8 mana drawing lands and haven't got there. Opponent plays out his mountain for his Mardu deck. No fixing, just gets there. It's reduced when I cast I could have. You mean well, but you're in fact wrong. So what happens if I add 1? If I start with 1 and I add 1 to it, and then I add 1 to it again? What's the number? Is it more or less than 4? Yeah, so that's the problem, right? Which is that last turn, to kill it, I need a sequence of either 6 mana, I had 5, or 1 more power, which I didn't have. Both of those things don't quite get there, or I needed my opponent to sack the wrong creature, and he didn't. He chose to sack the 3/1 as opposed to the 2/4 flyer. I mean, we are just experiencing the joy. It's a weird attack. So this is a pump spell of some sort. I don't need this creature on the board though, so that's fine. I'm experiencing the joy of 3rd mana screw in 3 games. Trying to deal with opponent when I can't use my resources appropriately, which sucks. feel like there's too many to play around there, so I won't try to play around. I'll just understand that I'm losing the creature. It's fine. He's got a Sparring Regiment, which is super strong, has it on the board when I have no pressure, can't play my card, can't do anything. So it's just a matter of time till we lose here. Why the fuck did he... Oh, I see. I should put lands in my deck. You sound like a genius. Sounds like you have solved the puzzle that is Magic the Gathering. Well done. I hope you are getting paid for your advice. Alright, we've drawn a land. That's exciting. I mean, I can remove this fucking 5/5, but does that get me anywhere? I don't think so. Can make a 5/5 with Serpentine Curve and Hall. Can remove a 5/5 that pings me. Can play out a Leyline Invocation and hope to trade. This might stall the board a turn if he doesn't draw removal. It's a flyer. I think this is the Pledge Mage to try to get some of my life back over the next couple turns. Just trying to think if Command gets me anywhere. I guess Command before Pilgrim is relevant, but he's not going to Pilgrim this turn. I think this is just Pledge Mage pass. Could try swinging with the 6/6. If I do that, I can't block his Inkcaster on the way back, so that doesn't seem good. I think this is just here. Oh, he has a Scry. That's annoying. Forgot about that. I don't think it matters here. I can't stop the Scry. I'm still land screwed. I can't play my cards. Okay. One top is super bad news for me. It's probably a removal for the 6/6, but it might not be. We'll see. I have no answer to the Sparring Regiment in the deck. Like, I guess that's not true. I have an Annihilate in the sideboard. I guess that gets me there eventually. Another black mana. Absolutely not what I was hoping for. Seven mana. It's one off, double draw on Zimone. It's a lot of damage coming in off that Poet for 4. I'm going to have to remove it because it's evasive. I wonder if just removing the Poet now makes sense. Death Toucher's an issue. another swamp. I don't quite understand how that's the only land we ever draw in any of our games. We have equal black and green sources. I guess it doesn't matter so much here. So am I just on the annihilation train for the sparring regiment? I think I am. Silver Quill Command, not super good here. Actually put that on the wrong one there. I'm thinking of blocking the squad, the 6/6. Return pass caller for what? I removed his draw card. There's still Beaming Defiance in there, which is pretty annoying. Okay. This is unfortunately sorcery, so I can't use it to block with the flyer. I don't think I'm gonna beat this fucking flyer. Let's try. I have a colony in the graveyard. I definitely have a do have a colony. Okay. All the lands now, 8 untapped. So I guess it is the colony. Oh, but it's cost me 9. It cost me 5 mana to cast Silver Quill, so it's a next turn thing. So I'm committing to at least 6 in the face. It sucks. Because I can play these out, but I have a white source, which means this is one more expensive. Problem is that's minimum gonna be a 6 power creature. It strains me for 1, so I'm dead in 2 turns. But I'm fucked on the ground too right now, so I don't want him to be able to attack through. So I think this is still this play. I could try to just play out 1 and then draw with Simone maybe. Be nice if he blinked a turn here. I need just a little bit of time to deal with the fact that I have land screw into land flood. So we'll see. Bottom's good. Okay. 150 units replaced on the battlefield. Excellent. All right. Nice. All right. So it gets +1/+1. So it becomes a 9/10. Plenty of mana. It could be double tricks, but he top decked a card, didn't play it, didn't attack with it. I think we're going to try for the removal on this. Safe play is going after the Inkcaster. Okay. Nice work, opponent. You still here after that? Kind of surprised. Yeah, I was gonna say. That's what I'm telling you, chat. Did you hear my comment? I'm surprised he's still here after that. Okay. I love the shape concede. The shape concede, the instant he's like, oh, fuck. I'm out. Man. All right. Double 6-drop in hand, going first, no plays for ages. Let's draw well, I guess. Got our mana sources though, including a tap land on 1, which seems great. Playable card is a nice pickup. Can't play it yet. I guess we're 1 mana off still. It's a really nice draw. Would have been great with the 3-lander to have hit my 4th land on turn 4, but let's go for game 6 of 7. Nice. All right, one day, chat, we will have a game where both my opponent and I have relatively similar resources, and we'll play the game of Magic. The game will not be today, but it will be one day. Oh, just 2 turns late to play my cards. Nice. I guess I'll start from here. I mean, the Umbral Jukes were super good because we can't play any of our cards and we weren't drawing lands, but they're still not that great. And it sure is nice. That's a weird one. Alright, opponent, I appreciate you slowing down. I wish I could play things that mattered here. I'm going to kill this. The air unit is much more scary to me long term, but this thing growing and lets me swing in. I don't want to hold my guys back and have to be blocking a guy who's growing. So here we remove the 3/3 over the 2/3. Spend a turn draining me. Get to use my power on the board. Opponent hits all of his lands on curve. I guess maybe he's a little flooded. We'll see if this pays out in some way for us. Feels like it probably won't, but we'll see. I need removal for that eventually, but for the moment we're just going to run out another beater because I am apparently erasing a guy who just drew 2 cards when I don't have resources to play any of my hand. I like that I've drawn 5 of my... I started with 2 6-drops. I've drawn 2 more, but I haven't got to my 6th land yet. And the last card requires white mana, literally making my hand unplayable. It's a stall card. It's not a very good draw right now. I guess I'm scrying for untapped land. I just play the game of Magic, please? Gonna lose to the Spectre at this range. How am I going to trade both creatures when he has 2 1/1s on the board and I have a 4/4? You want me to attack with my 1/1s? My 1/1 and my 4/4? Hope that he blocks the 1/1 instead of counterattacking me when she's like the tempo play that he's always going to make with the flyer always pressuring my life total. In the odd chance that I get to sack my 4/4 to eat his 2/3 instead of just looking for my 6th land to rise him. I think that play, although possible, requires my opponent to fuck up, not to read the race math correctly, and puts me down to do it. Like, none of those things are good. I didn't even want this card, but it does challenge board. Lets me have 2 sets of blockers for that. But the problem is I am 1 turn away from dying to this. I think I have to look for land, annoyingly. That's technically a blocker. It's a chump blocker, though. Unreal, man. Unfucking real. We're not going to get to land 6 in this game? Really? It's been so many turns. The worst part is I have to chump with it too. I'm in very bad shape. Opponent's got a scry, 2 cards in hand, more power on the board than I have. I'm at 6 health. He's got a flyer. I don't. My whole hand is dead and doesn't do anything and isn't going to unlock anytime soon because I can only play 1 of those cards per turn and I have to open with a removal for the existing flyer. It's a menace creature that creates 1/1s as he casts spells. It's just, this is not a good spot to be in. No attacks is the strangest thing I've ever. He's playing around a pump spell on Colony. This is rage inducing to not draw a land here. We're playing a 17 land deck. We've land screwed 5 of our 6 games. Like, that's insane. So am I just dead? He's gonna have 12. If he has 1 more land, he has 12 lands, and I'm just dead. Okay, I'm just dead. He hits 12 lands before I hit land 6. Magic. Okay. I mean, I guess I'm glad we got to 3 out of that deck, considering I land screwed 6 times. 5 times, rather. Not a lot to do, honestly, in games like that. You can make all of the decisions after keeping the hand to focus on land development. You can play all the tempo and mana efficient decisions. You can try to make him invest other resources so he can't just drain you by pressuring his life total, but all those things don't matter if eventually you just can't use your hand. And having double Arise, double Leyline Invocation, and Silver Quill Command locked behind a hand where we couldn't get past 5 mana and didn't have a white source it just makes the whole game experience irrelevant. Like, I don't make decisions. And we had 5 of those out of 6, which is crazy. It's just a lot of land screws in a row.